In a bustling American city, Gavin Mars's life was falling apart. Just months earlier, he was a successful entrepreneur with a promising future. But his world crumbled when he and his wife, Olivia, learned that he was infertile. The news struck Gavin like a thunderbolt, shaking the foundation of his dreams. He had always envisioned a life filled with children's laughter, a cozy home, and a loving family. The diagnosis of infertility shattered that vision, leaving him in a void of despair. Olivia's reaction was even more devastating. Initially, she had been his rock, the one he turned to for comfort. But as the reality of their situation set in, her patience waned. She became distant, her words sharp and hurtful. The final blow came one fateful day when they were returning from the hospital. Gavin, still reeling from the doctor's grim prognosis, sought solace in his wife. Instead, Olivia berated him, her frustration and disappointment pouring out in a torrent of accusations. "Gavin, this is not fair to me," she snapped. "I've always dreamed of being a mother. If you can't give me that, I don't know how I can be happy." Gavin's heart ached as he listened to her. He knew she was in pain too, but her words cut deep. "I'm still waiting for the results of some tests," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "There's still hope." "I don't have time to wait anymore, Gavin," Olivia retorted. "I'm an independent woman. I've achieved everything I've wanted in my career. Now I want a child. If only I had known about your incapacity before." Her words trailed off, but the damage was done. Gavin felt his world collapsing around him. He didn't respond, his mind numbed by the weight of her words. They drove home in silence, the tension between them palpable. That night, Gavin sat alone in the nursery he had painstakingly decorated. The room was a testament to his hopes and dreams, filled with toys, a crib, and bright, cheerful colors. Tears streamed down his face as he realized that the laughter he had envisioned would never fill this room. The pain was unbearable, and he sought solace in a bottle of wine, downing glass after glass until he was numb. Desperate for escape, Gavin stumbled out of his house and wandered the city streets, eventually finding himself on a bridge. The cold night air stung his face, and the dark waters below beckoned him. He leaned over the railing, contemplating the unthinkable. Just as he was about to let go, a baby's cry pierced the silence, jolting him back to reality. Turning around, Gavin saw a young woman cradling an infant. Her face was etched with exhaustion and despair. Despite his own pain, Gavin felt a surge of compassion for the struggling mother. He approached her, his movements unsteady from the alcohol. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice soft and gentle. The woman looked up, her eyes filled with fear and confusion. She clutched her baby tightly, unsure of Gavin's intentions. I'm fine," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "Just trying to keep my baby warm." Gavin's heart ached at the sight. He introduced himself and offered to buy her some food. After some hesitation, the woman agreed, and they walked to a nearby diner. Gavin bought sandwiches and juice, handing them to the woman with a smile. "Here, I hope this makes your day a little better," he said. The woman looked at him, her eyes brimming with gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered. "My name is Lauren, and this is Lily." Gavin nodded, his heart warming at the sight of the baby, who had stopped crying and was now looking at him with wide, curious eyes. Olivia's harsh words echoed in his mind, but here, with Lauren and Lily, he felt a glimmer of hope. Gavin and Lauren sat on a bench, sharing a quiet meal. As they ate, Lauren opened up about her struggles. She had been abandoned by her boyfriend when he discovered she was pregnant. With no family or support, She had been living on the streets, doing her best to care for Lily. "It's been 2 weeks since we lost our place," Lauren said, her voice trembling. "I never imagined my life would turn out like this." Gavin listened intently, feeling a deep connection with Lauren's plight. Despite their different circumstances, they both felt the sting of abandonment and the pain of shattered dreams. "I can't believe someone would abandon their child," Gavin said, his voice filled with anger. "It's unacceptable." Lauren nodded, her eyes welling up with tears. "I grew up in an orphanage. I always dreamed of having a family of my own. When I met Lily's father, I thought my dreams had finally come true. But then he left and everything fell apart." Gavin's heart ached for Lauren. He saw in her a kindred spirit, someone who understood the depths of his pain. He wanted to help her, to offer her the stability and security she so desperately needed. "You can stay at my place tonight," Gavin offered. "I have a guest room, and it would be much more comfortable than the streets." Lauren hesitated, her eyes filled with suspicion. "Why are you helping me?" she asked. "You don't even know me." Gavin sighed, struggling to find the right words. I guess I see a bit of myself in you. I was in a very dark place tonight. Seeing you and Lily, it reminded me that there are still people who need help, people worth living for." Lauren studied his face, seeing the sincerity in his eyes. Finally, she nodded. "Okay," she said, "but just for tonight?" Gavin smiled, relief washing over him. Together, they made their way back to his house. As they entered, Lauren's eyes widened in surprise. It wasn't a luxurious mansion, but it was warm and welcoming. Gavin showed her to the guest room, which was adjacent to the nursery. Lauren was touched by the love and care evident in the room's decoration. She put Lily to bed in the crib and took a quick shower, savoring the warmth of the water. When she emerged, Gavin had prepared a simple dinner. They ate together in comfortable silence, the atmosphere relaxed and peaceful. For the first time in a long while, Lauren felt safe. As the night wore on, Gavin and Lauren talked about their hopes and dreams. Gavin shared his heartbreak over his infertility and the dissolution of his marriage. Lauren listened, offering words of comfort and understanding. "We all have dark times," Lauren said, "but we can't let them define us. We have to keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible." Gavin nodded, her words resonating deeply with him. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, a desire to help Lauren and Lily find stability and happiness. The next morning, Gavin woke early and prepared breakfast for Lauren and Lily. He felt a sense of joy and fulfillment in doing something kind for others. When Lauren emerged from the guest room, she was greeted by the delicious smell of freshly brewed coffee and cooked eggs. "Good morning," Gavin said, with a smile. "I hope you slept well." Lauren nodded, a shy smile playing on her lips. "We did, thank you. It's been a long time since I felt this safe." They ate breakfast together, chatting about lighter topics. Gavin learned more about Lauren's life, her dreams of becoming a teacher, and her love for books. Despite her hardships, Lauren was intelligent, articulate, and determined to provide a better life for Lily. As they talked, Gavin felt a growing admiration for Lauren. She was resilient and strong, qualities he deeply respected. He wanted to do more to help her, but he knew he needed to build trust gradually. "I have to go on a business trip today," Gavin said, glancing at his phone. "But you're welcome to stay here while I'm gone. I trust you." Lauren's eyes widened in surprise. "I don't want to impose," she said. "You're not imposing," Gavin replied firmly. "You and Lily deserve a safe place to stay. Besides, someone needs to take care of Chips." Lauren looked down at the friendly cat that had been rubbing against her leg. She smiled and nodded. "Okay, we'll stay. Thank you, Gavin." Gavin felt a wave of relief. "Great, I'll be back in a few days. If you need anything, just call me." Before leaving, Gavin showed Lauren how to use the appliances and made sure she had everything she needed. As he headed out the door, he felt a strange mix of emotions: excitement, nervousness, and a sense of purpose. During Gavin's trip, he and Lauren kept in touch through daily video calls. These conversations became the highlight of Gavin's day. He looked forward to seeing Lauren smile and hearing Lily's giggles. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, and Gavin found himself falling for Lauren. Lauren, too, felt a deepening connection with Gavin. He was kind, compassionate, and genuinely cared for her and Lily. She admired his strength and resilience, qualities that mirrored her own. Despite their different backgrounds, they complemented each other perfectly. One evening, during one of their calls, Gavin shared his thoughts with Lauren. "You know, I never expected to find someone like you. You've given me a reason to smile again." Lauren blushed, her heart fluttering. "I feel the same way, Gavin. You've been a blessing in our lives." As the days passed, Gavin and Lauren's feelings for each other blossomed into love. When Gavin finally returned home, he was greeted with a warm embrace from Lauren and a happy squeal from Lily. That night, Gavin took Lauren out to a cozy restaurant, wanting to celebrate their new beginning. They talked and laughed, enjoying each other's company. After dinner, as they walked hand in hand, Gavin felt a surge of courage. He stopped and turned to Lauren, his eyes filled with emotion. "Lauren, I know this might be sudden, but I have to say it. I love you, and I love Lily. I want us to be a family." Tears welled up in Lauren's eyes. "Oh, Gavin, I love you too. You've given us hope and a chance at happiness. I want to be with you always." They kissed under the stars, sealing their commitment to each other. Gavin felt a sense of fulfillment and joy he had never known before. He had found his family, his purpose, and his reason to live. As Gavin and Lauren's relationship deepened, they faced new challenges together. Gavin introduced Lauren to his friends and colleagues, who welcomed her with open arms. However, not everyone was supportive. Olivia, Gavin's ex-wife, learned about his new relationship and confronted him. One evening, as Gavin and Lauren were leaving a restaurant, Olivia appeared, her face twisted with anger and confusion. "Gavin, what is going on? Who is this woman and this child?" Gavin remained calm, holding Lily in his arms. "This is Lauren and her daughter, Lily. They are my family now." Olivia's eyes flashed with anger. "How could you move on so quickly? You were supposed to be devastated." Gavin looked at Olivia, his expression one of sadness and resolve. "I was devastated, Olivia, but I found someone who needed me, someone who gave me a reason to keep going. I'm happy now, and I hope you can find happiness too." Olivia's anger faded, replaced by a look of regret. She nodded silently and walked away, leaving Gavin and Lauren to continue their journey together. Despite the challenges, Gavin and Lauren's love grew stronger. They faced each obstacle with determination and unity, supporting each other through thick and thin. Gavin embraced his role as Lily's father, showering her with love and care. He and Lauren worked together to create a warm and nurturing home for their growing family. Months turned into years, and Gavin and Lauren's bond only deepened. They celebrated milestones together, from Lily's first steps to her first day of school. Gavin's business thrived, and Lauren pursued her dream of becoming a teacher, with Gavin's unwavering support. One sunny afternoon, Gavin took Lauren and Lily to their favorite park. As they walked hand in hand, Gavin felt a sense of contentment and fulfillment. He had come a long way from the despair and loneliness that once consumed him. He had found love, purpose, and a family that completed him. As they sat on a bench, watching Lily play, Gavin turned to Lauren. "I have something to ask you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Lauren looked at him, her heart pounding. "What is it, Gavin?" Gavin took a deep breath, reaching into his pocket and pulling out a small velvet box. "Lauren, you've brought so much joy and love into my life. I can't imagine my future without you. Will you marry me?" Tears streamed down Lauren's face as she nodded. "Yes, Gavin, yes. I love you so much." They embraced, their hearts overflowing with happiness. Lily ran over, sensing the joy in the air, and Gavin lifted her up, twirling her around. That day marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. Gavin and Lauren's wedding was a beautiful celebration of love, surrounded by friends and family who had witnessed their incredible journey. They vowed to support and cherish each other, to face life's challenges together, and to build a future filled with love and laughter. In the years that followed, Gavin and Lauren's family grew. They had more children, each one a precious addition to their loving home. Gavin continued to thrive in his business, while Lauren became a beloved teacher, inspiring young minds. Their home was filled with joy, laughter, and the sound of children's voices. The nursery that once symbolized Gavin's unfulfilled dreams was now a vibrant, happy place, filled with the love of a family he had always longed for. Gavin's journey from despair to happiness was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and the human spirit. He had found his greatest dream fulfilled in the unexpected love of a woman and her child, proving that even in the darkest times, hope and happiness can find their way back into one's heart.